Welcome once again to this interesting topic on use of library. Last week we treated the types of library, the history of library, and concepts of library. This week we'll be treating on information system, literature review, and database content. I urge you to listen carefully and also picture the slides on the PPT carefully. Thank you, everyone. Welcome once again, class, to this interesting topic on use of library. Last week we treated the types of library, the facilities found in library. This week we will be on research techniques. What is research technique? Usually, information is important in all human activities. Information is being generated and transmitted by individuals on daily basis. Information seekers consult various sources to satisfy their information need. There are basically three sources of information, which are the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary. So, information sources is a term that defines several dimensions. Information is knowledge, and that knowledge can be communicated or received concerning a fact or circumstance. We'll go to moving to the next slide, which is the types of information sources. There are many sources of information, but the nature and the briefness of this topic will rely on only the primary and the secondary source of information. The primary sources are original materials on which other sources of information are based. That means the primary source of information are the original materials on which other materials needs to rely on. Now, the secondary sources of information. The secondary sources of information are created from the primary source. So therefore, the secondary are created from the primary source. Now, the tertiary sources. These tertiary sources are a combination of the primary and the secondary. The tertiary is formulated from the primary and the secondary. Now, since you have known the types of information resources, at least you can memorize it by saying information for primary and information for secondary. The primary is the main major part in which the secondary draws its resources from. Now, let's go to the literature review. What is literature review? In any resources or in any material or in any research work, we all see what is literature review, but most of us don't know what is literature review. I will briefly explain and also tell you the steps involved for a literature review. Now, a literature review is a critical analysis of a related literature to a research topic. A research topic might be a project on which you wish to research on. Now, the literature review is a critical analysis of that topic you wish to research on. It is not just a critical analysis of related literature, but also a summary of all available literature that are related to your research topic. With literature review, You can help a researcher specifically choose an appropriate research topic. Based on what others have done, you are able to prepare an adequate research, a plan, and also formulate reliable objective. Research questions and hypotheses. It also assists researchers in designing appropriate research methodologies and data collection. As we can see, the steps involved for a literature review is: 1. You select the topic. 2. You write the review. 3. You search the literature. 4. You critique the literature. You develop the argument. Then you survey the literature. These are the steps of a literature review. Now let's go to looking at it. You can also see all this I mentioned from the diagram below. Now let's go to the concepts of literature. You might ask, what are the concepts of literature? But before then, let's go to the citation managers. Who are citation managers? Citation managers are vital tools in research. Vital tools, I mean the ingredients or the requirements that makes up a research. You can see from the diagram below, you can see the reference work, the citation area, and the criterions. All these are the citation managers, which are vital tools in a research. Now, we'll go to the database content. You have to ask, what is database content, or what is a content of database? Now, in any research project, a database are vital sources for a research. What I mean by vital sources, they are primary location where resources can be located. Now, for an example, you might want to make a research on the use of hard drugs on youth in Abuja. You have to make a research similar to the ones you are about to propose on. Now, where do you get all this information? That is where the database content comes in. This database concept or contents are vital sources or tools used for a research. Now, database are vital resource tools, which is searchable collection of published works. So, for a database content, they are all published works, in which are usually electronic and are accessible at the library. Now, since you know what database content is all about, I think we'll go to different types of database. By looking at the picture below, you see what they call desktop. This is a database content site where you can see any research relating to science, relating to arts, relating to agriculture, relating to history, and anything you wish to search or published work. You can see it there. Now, this gesture is just a digital library. It was actually founded in around 1995, I think so. Originally, they contained digitized books for academic journals. But recently, it now includes books and primary sources and current issues of journals. And also, it provides full text searches for almost all journals. Now, I will show you another one, also known as the LexisNexis Academic. This is also a database content site, similar to Gestor, but with a little bit quite different. There are many of them there. Let's go to the next one. We can also see the Science Direct. The Science Direct is also another content database manager. And that will be all for today, because I don't want to waste much time on this. Now we can summarize by saying that we have treated what is information sources. We looked on the primary, the secondary, and also briefly explained the tertiary. We also highlighted the literature review, and we said that the literature review is a critical analysis of a related literature to a research topic. We also moved down to identify the citation manager, which we explained that citation managers are vital tools in research. It is used for reference purposes at the end of every research. Then we also went down to verify the database contents, and we say that the database contents are vital resource tools for a research, and a database is a searchable collection of published works. Now, after doing that, we reviewed JSTOR as a digital library, which is also a database content manager or management system, a website, an online site that all researches can be found. We also looked at the LexisNexis Academic, and we also looked at the Science Direct. Thank you once more, and this will be all for today. See you next week when we'll be treating cataloging and cataloging skills. See you next week, and stay safe.